3 months ago, a patient walked into my office with what she thought was a vitamin problem. She wasn't wrong, but not in the way she expected. Margaret, 72 years old, sharp as ever, brought a plastic bag containing 11 supplement bottles. "Doctor," she said, "I take everything the internet says is good for aging. Why do I feel worse?" Her labs told a story that would make most people angry. Kidney function declining, calcium deposits where they shouldn't be, blood clotting factors all wrong. Every single marker pointed to the same source. The supplements she trusted were slowly poisoning her. Stay with me. What I'm about to share contradicts everything you've been told about staying healthy after 60, and the supplement industry has spent billions making sure you never hear it. Margaret's case isn't rare. It's the pattern I see weekly. The assumption that more vitamins equal better health stops being true the moment your body crosses certain age thresholds, and nobody warned you about the crossing. Here's what nobody tells you. After 6 decades of life, your kidneys filter differently. Your liver metabolizes differently. Your cells absorb differently. The supplement that helped you at 45 can damage you at 65, and the mechanism is hiding in plain sight. I've held beating hearts in my hands during over 2,000 surgeries. I've seen what accumulates in tissue when the body can't clear what you're feeding it. The cardiovascular system doesn't lie. Neither do your organs. And what I've witnessed in operating rooms has made me question an entire industry that profits from your fear of aging. I'm Dr. Ashraf, and my career in cardiothoracic surgery began because I wanted to understand why hearts fail. 28 years later, after opening chest after chest, the answer often sits in a medicine cabinet, not in genetics. The pharmaceutical companies want you on their medications. The supplement industry wants you on their pills. Neither wants you to know that your aging body has become a battleground where both sides are causing collateral damage. The patients who do best, they're the ones who learn what to stop taking, not what to add. That's the conversation we're having today. Your body after 60 operates on different rules. Think of your kidneys like a water filter you've used for 60 years without changing. It still works, but the flow rate has dropped, the mesh has worn, and certain particles that used to pass through now get stuck. Medical research shows that kidney filtration rate drops by about 1% per year after age 40. By 70, you're working with 30% less filtering capacity than you had at 40. This isn't disease. This is physics. Every supplement you swallow must be processed, broken down, and eliminated. When your filtration system runs slower, compounds build up. Calcium, fat-soluble vitamins, minerals. They accumulate in blood vessels, in joints, in organs. The supplement you took for bone health starts depositing in your arteries instead. That's not a side effect. That's your 60-year-old kidneys doing math your 40-year-old kidneys didn't have to do. The first supplement causing hidden damage after 60 is calcium, and this might be the hardest one to accept because you've been told the opposite your entire life. Bone health matters. Osteoporosis is real. I'm not denying that. But here's the mechanism most doctors won't explain because they learned the old paradigm and never updated it. When you take calcium supplements after 60, especially in doses above 500 milligrams, your aging digestive system can't absorb it efficiently anymore. Stomach acid production drops with age. This isn't optional. It happens to everyone. You need acid to break down calcium carbonate or calcium citrate into absorbable ionic forms. Without enough acid, that calcium enters your bloodstream in larger, unprocessed chunks. Your body panics. It knows calcium doesn't belong loose in blood, so it deposits it. Where? In your arteries, your heart valves, your kidneys. I've removed calcified heart valves from patients who swear they never had heart disease. No family history, no high cholesterol, no smoking. Their calcium scores were off the charts. The common factor? Years of calcium supplementation after menopause or after turning 65. They followed doctors' orders. They took their calcium religiously, and it calcified the very vessels meant to feed their hearts. A Swedish study tracked 60,000 women for 19 years. Those taking calcium supplements had a 40% higher risk of death from heart disease compared to those who got calcium from food alone. Write that down. Food-based calcium comes with magnesium, vitamin K2, phosphorus, and other cofactors that direct it to bones. Supplement calcium, especially after 60, comes alone and goes rogue. Your body doesn't know what to do with naked calcium. It treats it like a toxin and walls it off. Inside your arteries. Starting tonight, if you're taking calcium pills, ask your doctor about a DEXA scan and a coronary calcium score. The results might shock you. If your score is high, stop the supplements immediately. Get your calcium from yogurt, kefir, leafy greens, sardines, and white beans. Let your food do the directing. Your heart will thank you. I promise you that. The second item is vitamin E, and this one hits different because vitamin E has been marketed as the anti-aging miracle for decades. Smooth skin, protected cells, antioxidant power. Every magazine, every health store, Every well-meaning friend telling you to take it. All true in theory, all dangerous in practice after 60. Here's why. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning your body stores it in fatty tissue and your liver. It doesn't flush out in urine like vitamin C. It accumulates. When you're young, your liver efficiently regulates vitamin E levels. Enzymes break it down. Bile carries the excess away. After 60, liver function declines. Enzyme production drops. Bile production drops. You can't clear excess vitamin E as effectively. It accumulates. At high levels, vitamin E acts as a blood thinner. That might sound good if you're worried about clots, but your 60-plus body is already on a tightrope. Many of you are on aspirin, or warfarin, or clopidogrel, or Eliquis. Adding high-dose vitamin E creates a bleeding risk most people never connect to their supplements. Nobody asks about vitamins when you're bleeding. They ask about prescriptions. I had a patient, Robert, 78, who came in for a routine surgery, minor procedure, hernia repair, except he wouldn't stop bleeding. We checked everything, clotting factors, platelet count, liver enzymes, all normal. Finally, I asked about supplements. He rattled off his list. Vitamin E was at the top, 400 international units daily for 12 years. His wife bought it at Costco, big bottle, good deal. His vitamin E level was 3 times the normal range. We stopped the supplement, waited 3 weeks, and repeated the surgery. No bleeding issues. Perfect hemostasis. The supplement he took for heart health nearly killed him during a simple operation. A Johns Hopkins analysis of 19 studies involving over 135,000 participants found that high-dose vitamin E supplementation, especially above 400 IU daily, increased all-cause mortality. You read that right. The vitamin marketed for longevity increased death risk. If you're over 60 and taking vitamin E, check your dose. Anything above 150 IU daily is unnecessary and potentially harmful. Better yet, get your vitamin E from almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, and spinach. Your body knows how to regulate food. It's failing to regulate your megadoses. That's the disconnect. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and you need to stay with me because the next item on this list is one you probably started taking because a doctor told you to. That question has stayed with me for years. Why do we keep prescribing things that help 30-year-olds but harm 70-year-olds? The answer is uncomfortable. Medical school taught me protocols. It didn't teach me to question them. But operating rooms are humbling. You can't hide from outcomes when you're standing over an open chest. The third supplement wreaking havoc after 60 is iron, especially in men and postmenopausal women. The logic sounds reasonable. Older people get tired. Fatigue is common. Iron fights fatigue. Energy drops. Take iron supplements. Fix the problem. Except your body after 60 doesn't need more iron. It needs to get rid of it. Here's the mechanism you were never taught in health class or by your primary care doctor. Throughout your fertile years, women lose iron through menstruation. Every month. For decades. That loss keeps iron levels in check. Men and postmenopausal women, you accumulate it. Every steak, every burger, every fortified cereal, every multivitamin with 18 milligrams of iron. Every enriched pasta. Iron builds up in your organs because your body has no efficient way to excrete excess iron once you stop bleeding regularly. It stores it in your liver, your heart, your pancreas, your joints. Over decades, this iron oxidizes. It rusts, literally. That oxidation creates free radicals that damage cellular DNA, mitochondria, and cell membranes. It accelerates aging at the molecular level. It increases your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, liver cirrhosis, neurodegenerative diseases, and certain cancers. I've seen liver biopsies from patients with no history of alcohol abuse, no hepatitis, no genetic hemochromatosis, just organ damage from decades of iron overload. They thought they were fighting anemia. They were creating a toxic environment. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed over 1,400 adults and found that elevated iron stores in older adults correlated with increased risk of heart attack and death. Higher ferritin meant higher mortality. The fix? Stop supplementing iron unless blood work confirms deficiency. And I mean confirmed. Not just fatigue, not just pale skin, not just feeling run down. Actual lab values showing low ferritin below 30 and low hemoglobin below 12 for women or 13 for men. If you're a man over 60 or a woman past menopause taking iron just in case, you're playing with fire, literally oxidizing your insides one pill at a time. Ask your doctor for a ferritin test and a serum iron panel. If your ferritin levels are above 200 nanograms per milliliter, you need to stop iron immediately and possibly donate blood regularly to reduce iron stores. Some patients need therapeutic phlebotomy. Iron from food is self-regulating. Your intestines have receptors that absorb only what you need based on your current stores. Supplement iron bypasses that regulation and floods your system. That's the difference between nutrition and toxicity. That's the line nobody told you existed. The fourth dangerous supplement after 60 is vitamin A, specifically in retinol form, and this one often hides in your multivitamin. You don't even know you're taking it. Check the label right now. Look for retinol acetate, retinol palmitate, or just vitamin A as retinol. It's there. Vitamin A is essential. Nobody disputes that. Your eyes need it for vision. Your immune system needs it for fighting infections. Your skin needs it for cell turnover. But like vitamin E, it's fat-soluble and accumulates in your liver. After 60, your liver's ability to process and store vitamin A safely declines. Hepatic enzymes slow down. Storage capacity maxes out. High levels become toxic. The symptoms are subtle at first and often misattributed to normal aging. Bone pain, dizziness, nausea, dry skin, easy bruising, fatigue, hair thinning. Doctors call it hypervitaminosis A, and it's vastly underdiagnosed because nobody thinks to check vitamin A levels unless toxicity is severe. But here's the part that should terrify you. Excess vitamin A weakens bones. It interferes with vitamin D metabolism. It increases bone resorption, which means your body breaks down bone faster than it builds it. It increases fracture risk in older adults dramatically. A study from Sweden tracked over 66,000 women for decades and found that those with the highest vitamin A intake from supplements had double the hip fracture risk compared to those with the lowest intake. Double. The danger zone starts at 3,000 micrograms per day. Check your multivitamin label right now. If it lists vitamin A as retinol or retinol palmitate and the dose exceeds 1,500 micrograms, you're in the risk zone. Especially if you also eat liver, which is one of the most concentrated sources of vitamin A on the planet. One serving of beef liver contains over 9,000 micrograms. Add that to your daily multivitamin, and you're toxic. I had a patient, Linda, 68, who fractured her wrist from a minor fall. Reached out to catch herself. Simple fall. Catastrophic fracture. Bone density scan showed osteoporosis. She was already taking calcium, vitamin D, and doing weight-bearing exercise. Everything right. Shouldn't have happened. I dug deeper. Her multivitamin had 4,000 micrograms of retinol. She'd been taking it for 15 years on the advice of her internist. We stopped it immediately, switched her to a vitamin A-free formulation, and focused on beta-carotene from carrots, sweet potatoes, and butternut squash. Beta-carotene is the provitamin form. Your body converts only what it needs into active vitamin A. It can't overdose you. Your skin might turn slightly orange if you eat too many carrots, but you won't get toxic. 6 months later, her bone turnover markers improved. The microfractures in her spine started to heal. Her pain decreased. The supplement she thought was protecting her was destroying her skeleton from the inside, one day at a time. If you're over 60, avoid retinol-based vitamin A supplements entirely. Get your vitamin A from colorful vegetables and fruits. Your body will do the math safely. It always has. The fifth and final supplement on this list might surprise you because it's everywhere, and everyone thinks it's harmless. The safety blanket. The nutritional insurance policy. Multivitamins. The Daily Multi, the one-size-fits-all pill that promises complete nutrition in a single capsule. Here's the truth your doctor won't say out loud because they recommended it in the first place. After 60, multivitamins are shotgun medicine. They give you nutrients you don't need, in forms you can't absorb efficiently, in combinations that interfere with each other, in doses that accumulate dangerously. Your aging body has specific needs, individual deficiencies, unique absorption patterns. Blanket supplementation ignores all of that. Most multivitamins contain all 4 of the dangerous ingredients I just listed. Calcium, vitamin E, iron, vitamin A, all in one pill, all accumulating, all causing slow, invisible damage while you believe you're being proactive. But it gets worse. Multivitamins often contain folic acid, the synthetic form of folate. After 60, high folic acid intake has been linked to cognitive decline and increased cancer risk in some populations, particularly if you have undiagnosed vitamin B12 deficiency, which is common in older adults. Natural folate from leafy greens and legumes? Protective, supports brain health, reduces homocysteine. Synthetic folic acid in megadoses bypassing your normal metabolic pathways? Risky, potentially masking serious deficiencies. The absorption issue is real too, and rarely discussed. Multivitamins dump everything into your stomach at once. 20, 30, sometimes 40 ingredients. Calcium blocks iron absorption. Zinc competes with copper for the same transporters. Magnesium interferes with calcium. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K need dietary fat to absorb, but you took the pill on an empty stomach with water. Your 60-year-old gut, with reduced stomach acid, fewer digestive enzymes, and slower motility, can't sort that chaos efficiently. Most of it ends up in your toilet or deposited in your tissues. Neither place helps you. A landmark study called the Iowa Women's Health Study tracked 38,000 older women for 19 years. The conclusion rocked the supplement industry, though it was buried quickly. Multivitamin use was associated with increased mortality risk, not decreased, increased. The women who lived longest were those who took few or no supplements and focused on nutrient-dense whole foods, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats. I don't tell you this to scare you. I tell you because the supplement industry has convinced an entire generation that pills fix aging. They don't. Food does, sleep does, movement does, stress management does, human connection does. A pill shortcut after 60 isn't a shortcut. It's a detour into chronic low-grade toxicity that won't show up on standard blood work until the damage is done. If you're taking a daily multivitamin right now, ask yourself what specific deficiency you're actually treating. If the answer is none, if the answer is just in case, if the answer is, my doctor said it can't hurt, stop taking it. If you have a confirmed deficiency based on actual lab work, supplement that one nutrient in the right dose for your age and metabolism, not a scattershot approach that hopes something sticks while poisoning you with everything else. Here's what haunts me. I've stood in waiting rooms at 2 in the morning, telling families that their loved one didn't make it. Surgery went fine. Perfect technique. But the bleeding wouldn't stop. Or the calcium score was too high for safe bypass. Or the liver couldn't handle the anesthesia. Later, when I reviewed the chart, there it was, years of supplements, taken faithfully every morning, believed to be protective, slowly weakening the very systems they were meant to strengthen. The heartbreak isn't just the loss. It's knowing the information was available. The studies existed, the warnings were published, but nobody told them. The doctor kept renewing the recommendation. The pharmacist kept filling the bottle. The commercials kept promising vitality, and the patient kept trusting the system. That's the part I can't reconcile. We know better. We've known for years, but the profit motive is louder than the data, and ordinary people pay with their lives. Margaret, the patient I mentioned at the start, is thriving now. I see her every 6 months. We stopped all 11 supplements, ran comprehensive labs, found 2 actual deficiencies, vitamin D and magnesium. We supplemented those properly with regular monitoring. 6 months later, her kidney function stabilized. The calcium deposits stopped progressing. Her energy returned, not from adding more, from removing the harm. She said something I'll never forget. I spent 20 years thinking I was doing everything right. Why didn't anyone tell me I was hurting myself? That question has stayed with me. The answer is complicated, but the fix is simple. Information. You now have it. What you do with it determines the next chapter of your health. Let me summarize what you need to do starting tonight. Number 1, stop calcium supplements unless you have confirmed osteoporosis and your doctor monitors your coronary calcium score regularly. Get calcium from food sources like yogurt, kefir, and greens. Number 2, stop high-dose vitamin E immediately. Anything above 150 IU is unnecessary after 60. Eat nuts and seeds instead for natural vitamin E. Number 3, stop iron supplements unless blood work confirms actual deficiency with low ferritin and hemoglobin. Men and postmenopausal women almost never need supplemental iron. Number 4, avoid retinol-based vitamin A completely. Switch to beta-carotene from vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. Your body will regulate it safely without toxicity risk. Number 5, ditch the multivitamin entirely. Treat actual confirmed deficiencies, not imaginary ones. Food first, always. Now I want to hear from you. How many of these 5 supplements are sitting in your medicine cabinet right now? Comment below with a number from 0 to 5. Be completely honest. This isn't about shame or judgment. It's about awareness and taking control. And if this information changed your perspective or opened your eyes, share this video with someone over 60 who needs to hear it. You might just save their kidneys, their heart, or their life. If you want more truth about what actually works after 60, subscribe and turn on notifications. I post weekly and I don't hold back. The system won't protect you, but information will. Let me be clear about something important. I'm a surgeon, not your personal doctor. Everything I've shared comes from clinical experience, published research, and patterns I've seen in thousands of patients over nearly 3 decades. But your situation is yours alone. Your body, your history, your unique biochemistry. Before you stop or start any supplement or medication, talk to your physician. Get comprehensive labs. Know your actual numbers, not assumptions. This video is education, not prescription. My goal isn't to replace your doctor. It's to make you a better partner in your own care. Ask questions. Demand explanations backed by current research. Your health is too important to outsource blindly to anyone, including me. Your heart has been working for you every single minute of every single day since before you were born. It's never taken a break, never asked for recognition. It just keeps beating, pumping, sustaining your life. The least you can do is stop feeding it things that make its job harder. It is never too late to course correct. Starting tonight, you can choose differently. Your body is still listening. It always has been.